So next cast on the agenda here would be Russia F versus Domingos. The map is Nomad. We can see everyone starting with 3 villagers. That's your starting number of villagers. You need to find a beautiful spot for your town center before going on here. And we see Akkal-AOE and the Queen, they are going to play it tight here. They must love each other's company because they're placing the TCs right next to the same woodline here. So they will have to plan a little bit for the expansion here, that maybe the Queen expands to the left side and Akkal-AOE to the right. They have decent access to gold though, and stone not too far off their starting location either. So that's definitely going to be helpful throughout the game. Did Capture H just crash on me again? It might have. You know what? Let's ditch Capture H for this one. Maybe. I'll restart it. Give it one more chance. Grr. Okay. Thankfully, it is. You have to see the Arabia game, not the Nomad. You're not paying attention to the phone. The Nomad, the Arabia game was on Sunday, so it's already been casted on my channel. So no spoilers. But if we were going to believe the phone here, maybe that was a better session for Don Domingos. I believe Nomad was Russia F's home map, no? That's a speedy boar. Anyway, here, okay, let's have a look at the civilizations here for both teams. We have Akkal-AOE with the Malians, strong Nomad civ, not saving the good civs here for other occasions here. The Queen with the Persians, another amazing Nomad civ. Lag stuttering on your stream studio, yeah, I know. It's the connection and the fact that I don't have the cooling pad for my laptop here. Hope it will resolve in not too long here. Yes, so to the civilizations here, we have the Queen with the Persians, which means you can drop your dock straight away and start fishing immediately. Same for Akkal-AOE with the Malians, saving wood for each and every wood building. Giving them a lightning start to the game here. And their last teammate, Next Gen here with the Spanish, building the town center faster, so in a sense a hidden bonus for Nomad starts as well, because you simply get to your production of villagers earlier on. As for Don Domingos, we have Rolf DK here as the Byzantines. He's if it's not too rude to claim, he's the on the lower side of the elo on Don Domingos' team out of the 3 players here. But he's chosen the Byzantines, so he has all the good trash options and cheap camels to work for him here. So he might still contribute. He could also go into, well, cheap camels is going to come in handy here against Malians and Persians, even though Byzantines don't get bloodlines. And let's see for the pawn here with the Persians, obvious Nomad pick as well. He's placing his town center dangerously close to the shoreline here, so good thing is he could drop another dock as needed here to get more fish income for later. And Next Gen is just ridiculously close to the pawn here, so we have some early game action already here for Next Gen, who now places an outpost and knows the actual location of the pawn's town center. So it's not necessarily going to be a fun game for the pawn here. Next Gen has all the knowledge he needs about the purple player's location here. But Persians should be having a better start eco-wise than Spanish, so that's one to keep in mind for the pawn, that he could Is it the Persian douche? What is this, the bone? Are you actually going to douche here? Loom isn't in. But he knows the location of Yellow's TC. Are you kidding me? Is it a douche? Is it a douche? Oh. Okay. Okay. Even it's oh, come on, it's within range of the town center. What the hell are you doing here? Keeping the villager fights out here, but seriously, next gen you can just garrison here and reach some of the villagers, I think. But alright, what a start to Nomad here. Playing into Persian strengths here. The TC has twice the hit points, and this is going to obstruct both their starts here. Alright. Well, that's also one way to play Nomad with Persians. Not really playing into the economical strengths that Persians have here, but also incapacitating the Spanish here, taking out some villagers. Whereas the town center will go down for the Spanish as well. So the pawn, if he has food sources here, he is fishing. So he has food income on water. Should be able to keep producing villagers here and take an equal lead over. Wait, what? GG. That must be hopefully from the previous game or some lag from the previous game there. I don't think Rolf DK was. What the heck is going on here? Alright, let's have a look at Rolf DK for a moment. He's obviously not too experienced with Nomad here. He doesn't have a dog. He's still in the Dark Age. He's been struggling with some idle time here, but he's going to Feudal Age. And walling off a little bit here to keep any potential aggression out. We have Flampopo in the south here, right next to the shoreline as well. But his economy is being contested by Oladishek's fire galleys down here. So that's going to be a setback for Flampopo's core food economy here. He's taking some hunt and some berries, but he might struggle for villager production consistency here in not too long if he isn't able to contest here. He's dropping a third dock, so he's going to double up on the army numbers on water here. Oladishek has 2 docks and he is producing fire galleys from both. So he's not joking around on water. He has a serious head start to the water game here. And boxing fight over here. The pawn is playing full on Persian's douche style here. He must have been watching some Rubenstock games or something, because now that next gen doesn't have a town center, each villager kill is a win for Mr. The pawn here. Let's see for next gen. Does he have loom? He has loom, of course. Good to see that. Otherwise, he couldn't fight the pawn's numbers here for sure. But he's relocating, dropping. No, it's not dropping a dock. He's going to stop. It's going to stop Rolf from dropping a dock over here. And fights that villager. That villager fighting. Yes. And the dock foundation goes down as well. So that's some wood down the drain for Rolf DK here. Let's have a look at the KD over here. Oladishek 2 kills. That's on water. That's the Fire Gals doing work here as Flampopo scrambles to recover one of the Fire Gals here. But I think Flampopo is in a pickle here. Don't think he can win water back easily here. Oladishek, he has the docking villager over here, so he could pull his fire galleys back for repairs as well, but right now he and the queen are just dominating on water, so no way Russia F loses water anytime soon here. They're hitting on both sides here, taking out the pawn's only food economy here as well. The pawn is thinking about some towers or something in the next stage here, or maybe just more town center drops, who knows. His mining zone there is down to 20 villagers, and it's actually below next gen in villager count here. Next gen's fish food eco not touched for now. Yep. The opponent struggling for food now. He's lost his food in fish eco. He's got the village producing still, so he's been able to recover some food here. He did lose his fish though. Those are going down, so even though it's going to take forever to take out the Persian dock, it will go down. Flampopo can't win against this all on his own here either. So this could be a short game for Don Domingos here. They'll be stuck in the feudal age for a while yet, all of them. And yeah, let's see the resources here, if there's any hope for... Nah, they're far off the transition here. Russia F seem to have this in the bag here. Next gen, what a lamer. He's making the best of his villagers here. Does he even have a TC again by now? I don't think next gen has a town center. We could see in the stats, like, nope, no town center for next gen. He is fishing, so that's a little bit of food income there. And looking for the perfect spot for his new home to relocate to. So at least next gen is out of the game here, but Ola the Sheikh is approaching the castle age, and the queen should probably be following suit in not too long as well. Let's look at the queen's resources here. Wheelbarrow and castle age, yeah, there we got. There's it. There it is. Is Yellow doing old Russian war tactic, burn land policy? Maybe. Rolf DK is worried about some land aggression here. He's dropping a preemptive defensive tower on the gold and wants to do it best to stay alive here. Has some decent farm eco going, some food. Not sure what the plan is here, but maybe a castle age transition in not too long. On the north side, huge fish boom here for the queen. 4 docks at least working here. Taking some shorefish though, will need to relocate further. All Flampopo's docks are down, and he's so close to the shoreline as well, so with Castle Age in here for Oladeshek and the queen, they could actually make war galleys, and I think they would range this TC. Vietnamese for Flampopo, by the way. I didn't talk about the civilization here, but when you are Vietnamese, you get to know the town center location of the enemies. So once the town center is built, so that's probably how the phone knew the location of next gen and went for the douche. So now we have some land presence for Russia as well. +2 defense coming in for the Malian Knights of Oladeshek here. The opponent trying to gather some much needed intel on the map here and placing outposts, but he's also far behind here overall. Look at the villager counts here, 120 to 103, all things considered, not that much of a difference. That's also because NetGen, of course, hasn't had a town center for ages, and finally rebuilt it. Is still in the dark age and enjoying life in the middle of his teammates' bases over here. Russia have compact but efficient base over here. Flampopos didn't survive on water, and look at all this naval presence of Russia F here. Seems like almost an overcommitment here, given the water investment of Don Domingos. But hey, who am I to judge? If you control water, you could fish basically forever. First taking the fish and then the fish traps. Two town centers for Oladeshek and the queen here. The pawn with the market wall here, market quick wall to try and keep his outpost rushing villager alive here. But he's being double night rushed here by both Persians and Malians, and this market simply goes down almost before it goes up here. Rolf DK, he might struggle here as well. I'm not sure if he even has any military. He doesn't really. Military is a huge issue here for... Wait, he has 10 archers, so scratch that. Rolf DK is the only player on Don Domingos with defensive capabilities here. He's got his 10 archers here. He's trying to hold off the knights, but this is going to be a slaughter of dimensions here for Russia F. Showing their strengths on Nomad here for sure. We have 43 military to 4, and I'm amazed that Don Domingos haven't considered calling the GG yet. Castlage, we have Castlage on the way for Flampopo here. He is a 1500 plus player after all, so his defense has been as good as could be, being doubled on water here, and being later up with the Vietnamese doesn't help, but he's making some units, not nearly enough to contest the map here though. Domingos just too far off, unfortunately. No, Russia F takes their home map Nomad, and GG well played. Let's look at the stats here. So unlimited units for the Queen and all other check by the looks of it. much more resources collected for the Persians and Malians here, as is to be expected with the start that these civilizations can get on Nomad. We'll see for the technology, the uptimes as well. Pretty darn solid fuel age times here for both Oladechek and the Queen to start contesting water with fire galleys and just demolishing whatever Don Domingos had on the field here. They're not going to pick Nomad for home map, that's for sure. And finally, society score should show a difference in villager, but not that huge. 41, 42 to 41 for Flampopo and Oladechek. Rolf DK with more than next gen and the Queen here, but the Queen and Oladechek in the cast stage as the first two players making a huge difference here. Actually, the only players making the cast stage in this game. So GG Russia F for that one.